NT Government First Circles Leadership Program is a unique program that helps Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people from across the Territory find a voice. The First Circles Leadership Program met in Darwin, providing an opportunity for Indigenous people to participate and directly engage at the highest level of the Northern Territory Government.
We're here at Charles Darwin University talking about the First Circles program. We're going to hear a few interviews from First Circle participants and a former participant. This is so important to the Territory Government and me as the Minister for Aboriginal Affairs, that we hear the voices directly from Aboriginal people in remote communities. That's what we're about, that's what I want to do. This program has 16 participants. It has 8 from the southern region and 8 from the northern region. It's really important to government, and it's really important that we hear the people's voices coming from these communities directly. The program runs for a year. It's a fantastic program. People nominate, they get selected, and then they come in. And you see 2 days of the program straight away, and then it goes on to continual mentoring and discussions with those participants. It's a great initiative by the government. It's fantastic to speak to some of the people already, and it's a really good program that we take very, very seriously. Hi, I'm Ken Vowles. I'm the Minister for Aboriginal Affairs. I'm very proud to be here with Marlene from Borroloola, who's participating in a very important First Circle program. So welcome, and tell me why you nominated.
I nominated because, like in my community where I come from, like when you see problems arising, and you sit back and you say, oh, you want to fix it, but you can't do that yourself, and then something like this comes up, and you said, how do we get word to the government, and then this came up a few years ago, but I didn't get in. But I'm glad I had this opportunity to get in this year, and I'm so really I'm just so proud of myself that. And then we get to meet everyone and learn about the government, and I'm glad I met you at First Minister here on the first day.
Yeah, excellent. It's really important for government, and this is what the First Circle does. It's about a direct voice to government, direct voice to me, direct voice to the rest of our government about what's happening in Borroloola and beyond. So what do you hope to get out of it? Second day in?
Yeah, second day. It's been a really good first day yesterday, good workshop, and today, we've learned a lot, and there's learning about strength, about resilience, and about how the levels of government work, and all the departments within the government, and how we can connect and how we can engage, like coming from the community, and that's very important.
Yeah, it's tough for anybody to try and navigate through government departments and that, so it's really interesting. People have said to me already, oh, they'll become great leaders after, so very good leaders, and I said, well, they're already leaders already. They're just sharpening up the tools in the toolbox. Because it's really important for us and our government to make sure that we hear your voices. So what happens when you go home?
I can't wait to share, like especially with my friends and my organisation that I work with, my colleagues and everyone, just to share and just let them know, there's a way where we can engage outside and network outside our community to the government. We've got all these networks, and it's really great, and I'd like to encourage more,
Yeah, good. Thanks very much.
Thank
I really
you, Minister.
appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you.
So it's great you joined the First Circles program. It's really important to government as the Minister of Aboriginal Affairs to listen directly to what you've got to say. So tell us a bit about yourself.
My name is Craig Woods. I come from Wurundjeri community. Wurundjeri is about 5 minutes away from Uluru itself.
And one of the most beautiful places in the world.
Having to actually live next to a national icon, we get, privileged to, get up and watch the sunrise.
Do you do it every morning, or do you turn away now? You're sick of seeing it?
No, I don't get sick of seeing it. Actually, probably a couple of weeks ago, I've moved into new empty housing, and I get to have a better view of the backyard and that sort of stuff.
Well, that's what governments can do. See, they keep working.
Well, hopefully, the NT government can invest a lot into, or especially in Murrayjula. There's a lot of potential in our community.
But tell us what you've been learning over the last couple of days. What's been sort of a moment for you where you go, oh, I'm really interested in that?
it's probably the big thing for, I guess, someone like me out in the community to actually be part of something that the Northern Territory government's established a strong relationship with community members, especially with Aboriginal people from remote areas, and giving them, I guess, a small voice to and getting a better understanding towards the government.
This program gives you a direct access to me and our government and all the elected members. You know, we've got a lot of programs we're rolling out into communities, housing, health, education. But if they're not the right programs for your communities, well, we need to be hearing that. So that's what I love about this program. So what happens when you go home?
Focus for next week and recap with, I guess, our CEO, corporation CEO, and coordinator, and talk about how the week was and I guess what I got out of this week, and things like the understanding of local decision making and that sort of stuff. And that's one of the big, I guess, things that's been, and I guess not having to have a better understanding of how it works and how it fits in with Northern Territory government, and especially in our community as well.
And do you want to take my job one day?
Probably not me. Probably maybe my grandson or son.
But are you interested in, you know, just where I'm probably getting to is what happens after you finish the program. It's a year program. You get to present in front of cabinet.
Well, I think something for me, I'd like to be a CEO of our corporation.
Excellent.
But I think for, as I said, probably my grandson or granddaughter.
Well, CEO is great. That's a great.
So that, you know, having to create something for our grandkids to be ministers and of, you know, Northern Territory government and that sort of stuff. That's the ones we want to focus on.
No, I'm really proud of you saying about CEOs, because we don't have enough of them. We don't if we have any.
Yeah,
and that's, you know, we talk about local decision making. There's no better decision making than locals. And if you know, born, raised, educated, and become the CEO, that's a great outcome for all of us.
It's always, I guess, a challenge in remote communities, and having to, I guess, go into each community and say, you know, having to have a non-Indigenous person being the CEO or coordinator in communities that, I guess, in this day and age, there should be, I guess, Indigenous, I guess, a local person, the Aboriginal person, being the CEO and that sort of stuff. And,
absolutely great. I'm here with Alan Punch, who's gone through the First Circle program last year. I would say probably the best student, the best person going through it.
One of many.
Yeah, one of many. But we, as a cabinet, heard the First Circle's presentation last year. We're very proud of everybody because it's quite daunting doing that. But I'm really interested. So where are you from?
I'm from Wanara community, around 330 k's south of Tennant Creek and the Barkly Highway.
Long way.
Long way.
Good country, though.
Yeah.
Good country. My mob out that way. It's all good. It's all good. And what was, if there was any real highlight or one thing you really remember from the First Circles program last year that stuck with you?
Getting that knowledge, that experience, you know, meeting people in government high up, you know, like yourself, and talking about our dreams and learning on how to get to where we're going to. How to work in with government instead of trying to argue the point with them. I guess that's one of the best things, that government is really truly there to help, to assist if you're working together, and that's one of the biggest things that I've learned.
It is daunting trying to work through government departments, where to go for health, education, contracts for your own companies and economic opportunities, and that's certainly what we're trying to achieve. What advice would you give to the new participants if you had to give them anything?
Yeah, I'd say stick with it. I mean, learn everything while you can. Build that relationship with government and all those people in that sector. You'll meet people in private sector too as well that you'll come across, and you need that advice. And a lot of them are willing to give that and point you in the right direction. But it's all there. You just need to get out, you know, put that hard work in and just putting it together. And you know, working with the government is always. I used to think they were scary, but now it's, you know, it's good. I'm always on the phone. I work with Indigenous Development Mob in Tennant Creek. There are lovely people like that in the government that work for the government that are willing to help and assist in any way.
That's excellent, because you are a success story, and I'm glad you're here with the new group. and helping them through, and you're mentoring through. And you know, we've got a group from the north and south again, lots of different people in different areas, but all share the same common goal. We want to learn. You've got to nominate. You get selected to do it, and then you learn so much. And so well done and congratulations, mate. I'm really proud you're on board still.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, for myself, like Arawara itself, since this journey, we've got a facility out there, a 24-man camp facility that's finished and completed. Everything is done. We have a labour hire business, and we're doing cattle adjustment. We're working in with the whole lot. We want to work in with the rest of the community, not just our community, but I mean the regional, in the Barkly region, because it's unity that works together to move forward, because we all have the same common cause and the goal, and that's to be sustainable and in economic development, to make money, but also to look after our family, keep our culture strong and keep it moving forward, and to teach the rest of the generation. But this program really works. Love it. This government are just awesome to keep going with it, and I hope to see that keep moving in the future. And I'd love to be back myself again. Just a good bunch of crew.
And there is a success story.